enthusiast yourself. First impressions of Jedi's Silver Surfer look.
Oh, I like it. I like anything that stands out, makes someone different. So it's a good look.
Nations League, Copa America spot on the line. How does the attitude mentality shift when you're in competition mode?
I think any time that we come into camp that we're in competition mode, so I don't think it's a big shifter for us in general. Anytime that we come here and put on the jersey, we want to win games, we want to prove a point, we want to make a statement. So I think we'll just take the same energy, same concentration, same competitive vibes into these games.
I played a World Cup qualifier here in Austin and Nations League last year, or 2022 against Grenada. How's it provide a home field advantage, especially being from Texas?
For me, I'm from not here, but I'm from Dallas. But family's close. I think Texas is. You have the Dallas Cowboys, which is in Dallas, not so far from here, which is considered America's team. So I think being in Texas in general, it's pretty smack dab in the center of the U.S., and I think it's a big support group here as well.
Do you sense the as a World Cup approaches at home, do you sense the expectations now are growing, especially when you get into these competitions along the way?
I think the expectations for ourselves is growing. I don't think we really try and pay attention to anyone on the outside because we know what we're building inside of here. We know what type of group we have. We know what we're capable of. We expect ourselves to win and get results, and I think the expectation that we put on ourselves is big enough already. So any outside influences, I think we just kind of shut it out and concentrate it on the team.
Jedi spoke about how the failure in 2017 sort of ushered in a new generation. You got your first cap the game after the loss against Trinidad. Does this group still think about them in any sort of way because of that history, or is it really just another game, another opponent?
No, I think we think of it as another game, another opponent. Obviously, the only player that was on this still within this team that was really there is Christian. That had a really big involvement. For us, it's just another game and another opponent in our way. It's a new generation, new players, so we have our own teams and rivalries to build and own statements to make against certain teams.
With Christian and Tim out injured, obviously the guys on the field have been changed. So do you reckon that much else changes in terms of who does what, or the guys you think are going to step up?
I think anyone that steps into the roles of Christian and Tim will step up to the task. We'll be ready for it. That's the thing about this whole team. We can put anyone at any given time into a position, and they'll do it to the best of their abilities and make it easier for the team.
Thoughts on the training facility here and just how it compares to clubs you've been on?
The training facility is really nice. I think it's very modern. I like the whole vibe where you can look out to the training field from the gym. I think it would be a little bit nicer to have a little bit more scenery around here, but that's Texas for you. Very flat land and not many things around and far away. But I think I enjoy being here. I enjoy the pitch and the training facility in general.
And following up on Jonathan's question, do you think of your role a little differently when bigger personalities like Christian and Tim aren't on the field, and you being one of the leaders of the team, of maybe being a little bit more aggressive, pushing forward more, trying to be kind of more of a difference maker when you're missing two stars of the team?
I think for me, I just continue to try and do my role. Give people the confidence to be themselves, express themselves, and they're good enough to be here, and they're here for a reason. So I think if the players that are on the field do their job, I think equally we'll get a result at the end of the day.
Weston, what are your, following up on what Doug said, your memories from that night, watching the qualifier from 6 years ago on TV or waking up to it? What was your reaction? What were your emotions from that?
I didn't watch the game.
Like learning the result, what were your?
I believe I was in Germany at one of my friend's house, Nick Tadagui. We woke up in the morning and just was like, oh my God, we didn't qualify for the World Cup. And we watched the goals, and they were crazy goals. So that goes to show soccer can be any team's game on that day, and that's what was shown during that game as well. So obviously we don't want that to happen again, and that's why we come out here, we prepare, we push each other, we hold each other accountable for what we do, and get results when it's time to get results.
How much were you thinking you had a shot at the roster in 2018 at that time? You're still a young player, you hadn't debuted yet, but like, was it on your radar to potentially play in that World Cup?
Oh, definitely. I think I would have had a good shot. I mean, Bruce was coach at the time. He's normally known to bring one or two young players to the group, and I felt like I was at a level where I could have made the roster. But at the end of the day, the great words of Kanye, we may never know. So I guess that's just something to look at. And I'm here now. I'm able to do what I can for the team now, and I'm focused in the present and in the future.
Thanks, Mike.
Thanks, Wes.